Okay, this is take one. Take one on the month of March 2017, towards the end of the month. Okay, so today I'm hoping to share some little secrets with you. Um, and it's what I learned in apprenticeship school, and it's about feathering. Sanding and feathering, they go hand in hand. So one of the things that you should understand is uh, grits, and I explained that in one of the videos, the basic first videos. Here I have 150, and I like to use 150 because it cuts faster, or 180. Now, the ideal sanding, to say dry sanding, would be 320. Whether you wet sand or dry sand, 320. Before painting. Okay, one of the techniques. Oh, before I forget, the higher the number, or to say if this was 200, that would be finer, and it goes up to 800, 1,000, even higher than that. And each sandpaper serves a purpose, depending what you want to do. But practice, 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 you're going to get better. And I've been doing this for over 20 years. Doesn't mean I know everything, but I can put you on the right track. So here we see where the primer is in the old paint. This is the old paint, and this is the primer. And then again down here it's primer and then the old paint. So I want to make the primer and the paint have equal smoothness. That's the trick of feathering. So I'm going to do a little demo. Okay, so and this is coarser than, to say, more rough than 320, but again it cuts faster and I like to use it. By the time you use primer, primer sealer, color, clear coat, the color is the paint, it's going to cover up all the scratches. And so that I know how to do from experience. So practice, 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 then you're going to develop your own style. Okay, let's see what happens here. And if you looked at step one from my auto body on this window of ET Song Galaxy, which is, I do a lot of variety because YouTube has a lot of variety, and I enjoy working on cars too. So let's see what happens here. Oh, also, before I forget, the important thing, this is not a flat surface like a hood or a trunk. This is roundness. See the roundness and roundness. So you have to go with the shape. Sand with the shape. So I can go back and forth doing flat strokes, but I'm going to have to understand that I have to still go with the shape of the roundness. Okay? So keep that in mind. So again, see, you can see this cuts faster. And I've done the other section over there, and I should bring the camera over there to see what I've done. Okay? And I'm still working with the roundness of the shape of the body of the car. Okay? So And what's ideal is that I make the surface just as smooth as the primer to be as smooth as the old paint to be as smooth as the primer. That's the whole trick. So I'm cutting it down, and again I'm working with the shape of the body. And again, by the time I use primer sealer and the color of the paint and clear coat, once again it's going to be all covered up because you have that many coats. Okay, so the other thing you can do, and you notice I'm not digging in deep. I'm going real nice scuff. That's the trick. Okay? Because if I go real deep in and go real hard, I'm going to leave deep scratches. So, and again, I always preach that whatever you do by sanding, because sanding is very, very important. If you sand wrong, all your mistakes are going to show in your paint job. So here we are. Now I can feel it. Now the old paint and the primer are starting to feel the same. And that's what I want to do. I want to use a technique that I make equal smoothness between the old primer and the old paint. Okay? So in my first video, step 1, you can still use the X's, keeping the block straight, or your hand, or the sandy block. Okay? So I'm keeping my block straight, and I'm sanding half X downward and upward. And it's a technique that always works. And again, I'm working with the shape of the car, to say the roundness. Okay? So you can pretty much, when you get experience, you can do anything with sanding because you become that good. You develop your own style. And here, now it's starting to be smooth. As I said earlier, between the old primer, yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I can feel it. And when you feel something, you don't just do it with your fingers like this. You do flat. Feel all of it. Okay? Like you're massaging your woman or something, okay? Alright, but anyway. Poor joke, I guess, but I guess that's another analysis I can say. Okay, so there you are. And the other thing I wanted to explain, Lord, what did I do with my can? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I forgot to get the spray can. Okay,